The Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, yea, than the mighty waves of the sea. Psalm 93, verse 4. We in the UK have just said farewell to Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. I was reflecting on his life, by all accounts a life well lived. As he saw active service in the Royal Navy, he would have known firsthand the power of the sea and how sometimes we are subject to that power. I read an account of how the Prince, as a young lieutenant on a battleship, organised the sea rescue of a two-man crew of an aircraft that was ditched in the water. The ship had great difficulty lowering a rescue boat due to the great swell of the sea at that time. The writer said how kind this young lieutenant had been to him and his crew member, and being in no doubt whatsoever that if they had not been rescued in a timely manner, they would have perished in the cruel sea. Indeed, the Duke, who planned his own funeral, chose amongst others the hymn, "Eternal Father, Strong to Save." During the television coverage of his funeral, one of the commentators read out a list of his titles, and at one point referred to him as High and Mighty, presumably a title that went with one of his many honours. There has been much said about this man in the days since his death, and not all of the comments were complimentary. He was outspoken, and some say downright rude. I look at the impressive list of his achievements, and cannot help but look at my own life and what I have done. It is foolish and fruitless to compare another's life with one's own life, but at times like this it's hard not to. Then we come to the end of life. The TV commentator spoke of Philip as being high and mighty, but also said that it would be the last time that he would be addressed in that way, and he was of course referring to the life to come, where there will be no titles. What of achievement? It seems cruel to think of what I am about to say, that is, because we think in human terms. How else can we think? Perhaps if one has the mind of Christ, then we can see achievement from the perspective of the heavenly realm. Doing good is commendable and should be applauded. However, good deeds cannot and will not be recognized by God. Why? Because God looks at our motives, not our deeds. He looks directly into the heart, an action which, according to the Bible, we cannot even do ourselves. We do not know our own heart. Impossible though this may seem, it is the truth. Therefore, the only action that God will commend are those things that we have done at his request, through our faith in him. Or in other words, work without faith is dead. As for the deeds done by the Duke of Edinburgh, I make no comment whatsoever, neither good nor bad. I see, and in many cases I marvel. But to judge what the eternal value might be can only be for one person, the Christ himself.